Hello friends, this is Praveen Kumar. I am here to explain about complete Jenkins course from zero to hero. The agenda of the today's class is we have three objectives. The first objective is that what is the problem with the manual operation in terms of the real-time scenarios, and the second objective is that how Jenkins 2 will automate the tasks. Then third objective is that capability of the Jenkins in terms of the integrating multiple tools. So what is the meaning of integration of the multiple tool? Means if you have any basic idea about the DevOps tools, we have the different types of the DevOps integration tool, right? For example, we have the GitHub. What is the use of GitHub? It is used to store the code into the central repository, nothing but source code management tool. Again, if you want to deploy the application, nowadays we are using the containers, Docker images, Docker containers. Then container orchestration tool is the Kubernetes. Then to build the package we have Maven, right? So like that, to test the quality of the code we have this cube. So many tools are there. So in automation process, what we are trying to do is we are going to integrate the all these tools. So now what will be happen if you are performing the manual operation as well as the automated operation, right? So here thus the Jenkins will play the vital role, right? If you see here, Jenkins is an open source. See here, Jenkins is an open source continuation integration and continuation delivery and deployment automation software which is works based on the Java programming language, right? So in further discussions we will go more depth in terms of the what is the meaning of continuation integration as well as the what is the difference between continuation delivery as well as the deployment, right? So here to explain the difference between the manual operation and Jenkins automated CI CD pipeline, we will consider one example, right? Let us say that my requirement is something that I need to build some application, right? So let us say that I need to build some web application which will be given to the end user nothing but the, right? So like us, we are the end user, right? So for that, a developer, a company owner or someone, he has recruited two developers, both are working on the same job. For example, if you don't understand, so for example, let us say I am the developer of the Flipkart, right? So let me consider something. So here I am using the Flipkart site, right? Flipkart site, there is some problem with my login page or whatever it may be. Suppose for example, see if this is one microservices, so these are all the microservices, right? Suppose for example there is a problem with the my profile section, or it may be problem with the order section. Now what I initiated is that to perform this operation, right? Now what I have done is I have recruited the two developers, right? Let us say both are working on the same job, right? Here we have some problem others, so both are working on the same job, right? And consider, so developer 1, developer 2 we recruited, so he is the developer 1, he is developer 2. Now here I am trying to explain the manual operation, right? And one more thing you consider that both the developers are working from the different location. For example, consider developer 1 is working from Chennai, developer 2 working from the Hyderabad location. Let us, developer 1 is working from the Chennai and developer 2 is working from the Hyderabad. In this scenario, if you are using the manual operation means, right? So once the developer has developed some code, right? This developer guy also intend to perform the application development same, right? Now what we have to do before going to the production, here we will be having the team leader or administrator. He has to collect the code manually from developer 1 as well as the developer 2, right? Either through calling or by using the email, through an email in normal operation. Suppose after reviewing the code from the developer 1 as well as the developer 2, right? The team leader found out there are some bugs in the code, or again that others application is not perfectly working. Now what team leader has to do in case of the manual operation? Again he has to contact the developer 1 as well as the developer 2. Here there is no automation, guys. Again the team leader has to contact the developer 1, developer 2. Suppose you assume that the developer 1, developer 2 is not available at that particular time period. The reason may be either his duty is completed or he may be on leave. So some kind of scenarios, due to that he could not able to attend the team leader call. Now what will be happen means, right, the time taking process will be increases, right, because it will take 1 day or 2 days. The developer has to take the call from the team leader, again he need to do the modification, again manually he need to send back to the team leader. Once it is completed, once everything the team leader feels that good, then again we need to make this code in terms of the executable file, right. So for executable file we require the something called as the different tools, right. Again, for example, the code developed by the developer is Java based web application, suppose, then here we require the maven tool. Why we require the maven tool? The reason is that the code which is developed by the developer is only in terms of the code only, but if you want to implement this code in terms of the production environment, you should be having the executable package. So we will convert this normal code into executable package, Java based maven application. Now after creating the package, now what we have to do? Again we need to manually deploy the systems or servers, right. So again in the servers we need to install the what kind of application, some web application, HTTPD or Tomcat, JBoss, those kind of application we need to develop. Again this file, this production, this code we need to implement here. So see that here everything is manual process. The task by task it is performing the manual operation. This is the reason why, right, the time to market is important. What is the meaning of time to market means? So how much quickly that you can able to deliver the product to the market, that plays the important role. We will see why time to market is important role, right. Suppose for example there are two developers, that is be developer 1 as well as the developer 2. Let us assume that these both two developers are working on the same product, means this company is different, this guy company is different. He is working on the same features, right, same program, he is also working on the same program, same future. There is a competition between this developer 1 as well as the developer 2, right. So he invested something 50 crores, he also invested something 50 crores, right. But let us consider that he is following the manual operation like what we discussed here, he is following the automated operation. Automated operation means the moment code is ready, it will store into some central repository, from that it will automatically convert into the package, then automatically it will install the server, then automatically it will go to the production environment. Manual process means once it is done, again we need to contact the particular person, then one more step will be done, like that is the manual process. Now see that here they invested 50 crores, here they also invested 50 crores. For example, he is following the manual process, he is following the automation process, right. So let us assume that he can able to, right, he can be able to deliver that product in the market within 2 months. But for example, let it be he can able to deliver that market into 7 months into the market. Now what will be happen, right, the application already came into the market, then it is going to be processed, then it is going to giving to the end users. So then who will be benefited, guys, from this one? This company 1 or company 2? The company 2 will be benefited. Then what will be happen to the company 2 means it is completely waste of the time, waste of the resources. Why it is the waste of the resources? Because within 2 months he produced the same application, same features, everything. Then again what is the need of you to implement this application, right? Because it is already existing, right, with the same feature. What is the need of? So see that here how many crores we lost? 50 crores we lost. Then time, how much time we lost? So this is the thing, the important parameter in the real-time scenario is the TTM, time to market is the important parameter. For that reason what we have to do is we need to integrate the each and every tool, right, so that once the code is pushed into the central repository, it will automatically convert into the package, then it will test the code, it will check the bugs. If there is any bugs, automatically it will send to the corresponding developer. Then if there is any bug in the developer side, then automatically developer will develop the code, then he will put into the GitHub or central repository, then again checks will be performed, test quality will be, code quality will be performed. If it is everything fine, then it will be converted into the executable file automatically, then production automatically it will be converted, then automatically servers will be installed, then automatically application will be deployed into the real-time mode, right? Then who will perform this automatic integration, right? So the tool called as the Jenkins CI CD tool. This is a Jenkins CI CD tool. So what Jenkins will do is it will automate the task. So here Jenkins will automate the n number of the tools, right? It may be Docker, it may be Kubernetes, it may be Maven, it may be Jenkins, it may be Chef, whatever it may be, right? So for example, you'll consider one simple scenario how Jenkins will do great thing for us, automate the task. Suppose for example, see that here the moment user will develop the code. Once the code is completed, it will automatically forward it to the some central repository where it will go, where it will keep the code into the source code management tool. Nothing but GitHub, we have the different type of the source code management tool, right? Once the code come to here, then no one is required to send the code from GitHub to the Jenkins tool, right? So we have some jobs or configuration. By using that, the moment the developer commit the code into the GitHub, the automatically within fraction of second the Jenkins will pull that job, so that it will start performing the execution of particular code. It will convert the package by using something called as the Maven tool. Once tool is completed, we will be getting the executable. Then that executable package will be sent to the servers. Then automatically it will be deployed into the production, right? If you see that Jenkins will perform the continuous integration as well as the continuation delivery and continuation deployment. So that is the reason why we are trying to learn the Jenkins CI CD tools, right? So here today's agenda is that we have learned what is the great thing of the Jenkins, how it will perform the CI CD operation, right? So now to install the Jenkins, right, either we can install the Jenkins software which is Java based, right, Java based working. So we can install your own native operating system, nothing but my own home laptop. Or here what we will try to do is we will try to install the Jenkins and we will perform the CI CD operation through the cloud. Cloud means either it may be AWS cloud, or it may be Azure cloud, or it may be Google cloud. So now here intention is that I am getting the server from the server is nothing but system, right? So server is nothing but the system or instance, whatever it may be, right? So to get the instance, I am using the cloud service, right? Either AWS, right, Google cloud, or it may be Azure cloud. So once the installation process of the done, after getting the server or system, now we are going to install the Jenkins software, right? So first agenda is that what we have to do is for installing the Jenkins software, first the requirement is that we should have the EC2 instance. So what is the meaning of EC2 instance? Means it is nothing but the system or server or instance. In case of AWS, this system they are calling as the EC2 instance. So first agenda is that we will try to install the EC2 instance. Once it is done, next we will try to install the Java package. Once it is done, we will try to install the Jenkins. Once it is completed, we will try to perform the automated CI CD pipeline operation. We will create the job, right? We will integrate the source code management tool. We will integrate the Docker. We will integrate the Kubernetes. We will integrate the Maven. Everything we can do in the step by step, right? So in this case, I have considered only simple example. Says try to remember that Jenkins not only limited to the source code management tool, we can integrate it almost of any kind of services here, right? So in the next class, what we'll try to do is we'll try to, right, so create the EC2 instance from AWS cloud. Then we will start to install the Jenkins. Then we can perform the Jenkins CI CD pipeline operations. Thank you guys.